Hey everybody, me again, Channing, Project Paracord. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a 48-inch Paracord Smiling Sling, y'all. Let's check it out. Alright, first thing you're going to need, 550 Nylon Paracord, 166 inches times 2. 55 West Coast Paracord, they make the best polyester. Well, that's what I use. 55 Nylon, 67 inches times 2. 275, 18 inches times 2 for the finger loops, gutted. 700 Kevlar Thread, 80 inches. Couple rubber bands, torches, 4 snips, fids, spike, scissors, tape, maybe a little dip and whip it. Let's put it all together, y'all. Real quick, everybody knows how to make knots. So y'all real quick, this is a Matthew Walker's knot's going to be first. Then a 4-straight brand, twisted right off to that. Snake knot, 6 inches in between, snake knot, 4-strand braid straight, 4-strand braid straight. One's a twist, one straight, snake, diamond knot, and your core is done. And when it comes to weaving, I don't know what you call it, but I'll just show you how to weave it, y'all. I didn't say it's a hanging hook. You want to hang it and pull down real tight. First things first, y'all. West Coast Paracord. Usually when I measure it out, like I said, it's 166 inches because I measured everything off for y'all, but I usually measure everything with my body, you know? So when I do a 48 inch, I'm pulling it off the spool. I do 1, I do 2, and just a little bit at the end, y'all. That's how I do it. My arms, but it's 166 inches. So, first thing you do, you fold them in half, right? Make sure it's even. Fold it in half. Now, like it says, Matthew Walker knot. You go around like that, through it around. That's 1, and 2.
Do this hole around and around the back. Alright, now let's see.
Now, this is the hardest knot, y'all. Alright? Once you got it. Alright, now you want to pull it a little bit. Now this is where I like to hang it. Hope it ain't too dark for y'all. But this is when I like to hang it. Because you want to make sure everything is nice and, you know, you want it nice and, you want everything even. If one's not even, it's going to mess up the whole knot. And this knot is a 3D knot. Alright, so everything got to come together at the right time. So I hang it like this, and then what you do is you fold the top one down, black to yellow, yellow to black, black to yellow. Now you wanna work it together. Work it together. See, it's coming, it's coming. You want to make sure everything's nice and even. I don't know if y'all can see. And then you want to kind of smash it and then pull it. A little easier if I could do it. Alright. A hook is better than a D-ring, but see y'all, and this right here is your hardest knot. Matthew Walker. All right, y'all. Now that we got the Matthew Walker braid, let's jump to making us a quick little jig. You know what I'm saying? It'll be easier for whenever we're making our braids and stuff. All right. Piece of paracord. I got one knot at 24 because that's the halfway point between you know, the halfway point of the knot. That's where we're going to start our pouch, and then one at 40 inches because that's where we're going to take the inner strands out to make our taper. Now at 48 inches, the end of the pouch is going to be at 36. If we go to 36, that'll be like the end of the pouch. But I want a little meat. Now this is where if you want a little more meat, you know, go lower. You can cut it at, chop it at, instead of 40, go 50, you know. Because the more meat you got, the louder it's going to be. But once you get too much meat and you're slinging it, if it twists on you, it's going to be a lot easier to mess up throws. So if you go right behind the pouch, you should never twist it up. All right, there's our jig, right? Just so y'all can see, 24, 40 inches. Now, we take all our innards, pull them out. All right, shove it up, shove it up. All right. Once you get to 40 inches right here, that's where you cut. Take the scissors. Bam. There we go, y'all. Now, we got the taper, a good taper. The taper I like. You know, I think it's around the perfect taper. You know, I've been trying a little bit longer to get a little more noise. But anyway, there it is. All right. We ready to hang it up again. Be a 4-strand braid, right? But we want the twist on it. So this is important. You take two, and you take one color, and go separate with them like that. Each color, each side. Now your first move is going to be this one right here going in, and this one coming out. And you do that, pull tight, twist, pull tight, twist, pull tight, twist, pull tight. Every knot from here on out, you want it as tight as you can get it. All right, that's how you make it professional. Keep it tight. Now I'm just gonna hurry up and fast forward this so y'all ain't gotta suffer. This is a good idea to throw your fid on, you know, because you know once you get to your first knot, you're halfway there, you're done. Time to do another knot. All right. All right, now, right there we're getting to the end, but I want to say the reason we're doing this twist knot is at the top. I mean, I don't know if this is legit or not, but you know, when you sling, it's gonna twist, and this way you can kind of just, instead of having to flip your whole pouch around, or when you grab it, you got to change it. You can just twist it a little bit, and then the other side, you can see it's not gonna be a twist knot because we don't want it to twist. But anyway, this is my knot. That's my 24 inches. You know, I'm right on it. All right. So now, what we're gonna do is, bam, is gonna be our first snake knot. All right. You take one color on one side, one color on the other side, right? Then you take, let's see, you take the outside, you go around, up and over, and then the inside, go backwards, up and over, bam. Crab knot number one, baby. And then you take your other color, do the same thing, just follow them. That one like that, that one like that. Oh shit. All right. All right, first crab knot. Let me readjust. All right, here's our first two crab knots. We want to keep them nice and tight. You know, remember, like I said, everything nice and tight. That's what makes a regular sling from the professional slings different. Now, the pouch, I like to do 6 inches because 6 inches is, you know, that's about the size of my hand. Let's sit back up. So now I like to do about 6 inches. And for me, it's like this. That's just how I measure them. Like I said, I measured it earlier. You know, my thumb is like right underneath the knot. Okay. So now we're going to do our outside colors. Up and over. Back and over. Or down and over, I guess. I don't know. Alright. Double check the measure. Still looks right. And then you take your other color. Up and over. Down and over. Snake knots. I'm going to try to tighten them up. Bam. There is the pouch. Now, when you start it off, you're going to take your bottom color, the first knot, and then you go across the color with the same color. And then color with the same color. Nice and tight. Lock it in, y'all. Just same thing. And just keep it rolling. And like I said, see how we're getting about 4 inches? Here comes the taper. And this, my friend, is why we use polyester paracord. Because of the difference. And that difference is what makes it come out the pouch so quick. Because it's so much lighter on this side than the other half of the sling. And this meat is what makes it pop. I mean, and the force and all that good stuff. Even with no meat, you can still make it pop. But it's a little harder to do. All right, y'all. If y'all notice, it's hard to do it like this. You know, if you're trying to braid, you want to keep it nice and tight. Like I said, every knot, want as tight as you can. That's why I like to keep my elbows in, you know. After you do it a lot, you get a lot of shoulder pain, and you learn how to keep your body tight so it don't hurt. And also at this point, you know, you get the hand movement, you ain't even got to look at what you're doing. You know, this is when you get to watch a good show while you braid, you know. This and in the middle of the pouch. Besides then, you really got to pay attention real good. And these, it's like you want to keep it real tight and not leave and do something and come back, because you want that line to be straight, you know. And another thing about when we tapered them, I tapered them all the same length, because if I did a bunch of different lengths, this right here would start twisting, or like it won't be a straight line, it would twist a little bit, you know. And this is also why we got the straight on this side, so it has less, it doesn't want to twist, it wants to sling it more. And if it is twisted, you can see where the twist's at, you can straighten it up. You know, so it is patterns, but the patterns do have a use, y'all. Now I'm just I got in the halfway point at the top. So I'm almost right at the end. And our core will be damn near done, y'all. Alright, that should be it, huh? Bam. Alright, notice, okay, so this one you want to go a little bit longer. Alright, a little bit longer on that side. I take it, I put it in my fingers. You go halfway, and I ride my hand down it until I get it right where I want it. Bam, right there. That's it right there. That's nice and straight, y'all. Okay, so now I go to this. I keep it pinched. Get it all the way back. Okay. All right. Once I got it back like that, I pinch this side. Now once you pinch this side, if it makes any sense, you got to go up 2 loops, 2 bumps. bump, bump. And then once you got your 2 bumps, okay. So this is where we are. We're going to cross it with these blacks. Now this is just a feeling, but you're gonna end up getting the hang of it. And it's the same thing. Snake knot, snake knot. Up and over, down and over. One little knot, and then bam. We're gonna leave it alone. That's it. Now let's just little heads up. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do the pouch, and after the pouch is done, then we're gonna make sure this is right on time. So now, core's done. Let's work on the pouch, y'all. All right, let's start this pouch off, y'all. So now, our 2 67-inch cords. All right, what we're gonna do is, first, we're gonna chop off the little end right there. We'll make it nice and smooth, right? Once we got it nice and smooth, see, outside is kind of not the greatest. See that? There you go. Remember, this is the finger loop side, right? You want to go, if we got black, we'll go in through our snake knots and just follow the black. And when you do, go 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, lost my feed. I should get it. Nice and tight. Alright, now let's get the other side in. Alright. Now you want to keep everything straight, right? So the yellow's on the outsides. Now you take your second feed, go in, and then you just follow the black, which is over here. Now, if everything's right, if we did everything right so far, these two should be even with each other. If the first knot wasn't right, you'll have one up here and one down below, or they'll come both out the same spot. So if you're right here so far, you know you're doing good. One thing I didn't say again, I want to make sure this, we want nylon paracord. Harbor Freight got a good one. Not Harbor Freight, Hobby Lobby. And like I said, Paracord Planet. You want something nice and flat. You don't want it too thick. But also, you don't want the polyester one because it's going to bust on you. All right, let's start it off, right? So first off, we're going to act like it's only three strands. One right here, one in the middle, one right here, right? And then we'll go take out 2 strands, go through or around the first one, around and around. Okay, so see how we both got a little loop right there. Now you just weave it around again. Go around the outside, that one, around the outside of that one, then both wrap around the middle. All right, and then once you get it again, make sure you tighten it up. Got 2, we're gonna do it one more time. I found 3 is perfectly to my liking. 4 is too many, and 1's not enough. Let's see, I know it's a little dark out here. All right, there we go, y'all. 1, 2, 3, as tight as you can, right? Bam. Now, once you got your 3, it turned into, now we're just gonna split it like this. You weave back and forth, this side, this side, this side, this side. All right? And like I said, as tight as you possibly can. All right, y'all, I want y'all to know, once you start getting to the bottom, you got less to pull on, so it's gonna want to bunch up a little bit. So you just gotta make sure you keep everything because you got less to pull down on, I guess. It wants to bunch up, but you gotta keep pulling it. You gotta keep it as even as possible. I see a lot of slings, the top is tight, but then the bottom just bunches up. You don't want to be that guy. I'm definitely gonna have arthritis later on in life, but it's okay. And then you just go as long as you could go. But if you could stick it in there and keep on pushing. This is probably the last one. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna leave it right there. Bam, one side is done. Yeah, see? Beautiful. All right, now I'll just start on the other side. Ah, there we go, y'all. Now, put our fins back on. All right. So there we go, y'all. Now, just like we did the top, we're gonna go across the middle on both sides. Across the middle. So we'll get everything nice and tight. Even if it does look a little wonky right now, it's gonna shake. It's gonna shake back, y'all. Middle sides.
Middle sides. Nice and tight. There's some soap across the middle.
And then across the sides. Just like the top, we want 3 little lines. All right, last loop de loop. Bam. There we go, y'all. Now, just like the other side, I like to start off like this, just to make my hole available. Then go through. Same for the other side. There we go. Now, just like the other side, just follow your color. Sure. Black on black. Three loops, bloop, 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 just like the other side. You can't go more if you want, you know, it might give you more weight. I usually just go 3. Sometimes shorter, depends how much meat I put on this end, you know what I mean? So everything's tight, so it's not too smooth. I'm trying to make this best way I can, but man, everything's so tight. All right, bam. There we go, y'all. We have a lip pouch. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go pull us a little bit off, a little quarter inch, something like that. On all four. And now, with these two, we got our smile and our knot for the finger loops. All right, y'all. Now with this nylon, if you melt it, you want to melt it with your torch, a small torch, and the bubble is actually going to lock it in place. Being outside and windy, and this polyester paracord, the polyester paracord burns real easy. So it's going to take a controlled environment to burn these things. So I'm just not going to melt these right now. So all right, on one side of the fid, we're going to make a knot. All right. This knot right here is going to be one eyeball of the smile. We're going to melt that. So if it's measured correctly, let's see, we should be able to go 10 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we'll go in there. Push it through. Oh yeah. I'll show y'all. On the receiving side, so it don't matter too much sometimes, but sometimes there's a smooth side, and then like a rougher side, right here. This side's a little rougher, got more of a knot, more of a bump. If someone might hit it, I put it on the outside, you know, because you don't want the knot on the inside. You want the inside to be nice and smooth, you know. That's why the big knot's on the outside. Just a little tip, y'all, a little tip. So you go there, bam, flip it over. 10 loops. See if y'all can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Ta-da, y'all. And then now, go right under this eye. Eyeball knot. Alright. Got it like that. Now, you want to look at it, because it's hard to get it from the other side. So, you find this one right here, and then go right above it to this one right here. Boop. Alright. Poke a hole. Make sure we like it. Oh yeah, we like it. And go through that hole. All right. Now, you want to have it, you want to get it where it opens up, but you don't want it all the way to open up too much like this, because if it goes like this, it'll catch the ball. All right, so you want to have it where there we go, something like that. Now watch, we're gonna put our little knot in this side. There we go, y'all. We got our knot, got our pouch, y'all. Bam. All right, now with our other fid, other side, we're gonna make us another diamond knot. All right, it's another knot that's just made different with one little strand, right? So you make a loop. Okay, let me stop looking at the screen. You make a loop, you make another loop over it, 2 loops like that. You take this one and you weave it in between, like this. Then you go over and over through this one over here. Hope y'all can see. And then around the back, through the middle. Now, you got you another diamond knot. Now what we're going to do with this knot is we get our finger loops and we're going to slide our finger loops through it. And then we tighten it up. We got to hang it again. Just tighten it up and just run through and tighten it. All right. This is where our spike comes in. You want to get it real tight, y'all. We'll cut our ends. All right, this is where our rubber bands come in place. This is a feature nobody really, I don't think everybody knows about. But you take these rubber bands and you put them under this knot. You twist it about 4 times. And now, when you tighten the knot on your finger, you push the rubber bands up and then it's not coming down. Keeps it nice and tight on your hand and it doesn't slip, y'all. So always remember the rubber bands. All right. So now we're gonna take it, put it on our hand, tighten it up. We don't have to do the rubber bands, you know, just to about where it's gonna fit. Now you fold it in half, right? Get like this. You fold it in half, fingers on the knot, on your first knot that you did, right? And then you look at it. Look at that, ball. Still right on the money. Straight as can be. You know? So now we know we're good. Now we can finish up the end. All right, now we got our crab knot with our black one right there. I'm gonna go back with our yellow. Same thing, up and over, down and around. Now, diamond knot once again, but this I guess would be called the 2-strand diamond knot. You take one, you make your loop on the inside, and you take this one and you just sit it on top. Sit it on top like that, right? In between. Make a little something like that. Now these two you twist, flip around, broop, broop. Now you take the one underneath and go through the middle piece. Now we're looking like this, right? And now this one is gonna go around this one up the middle. So take this one around the back, up the middle. Then take this one around the back, up the middle. All right, and then what we got left, our 2 yellows, we're just gonna push them up through. Push them up through, baby. Now, we just tighten this up. Through. Same thing, you just gotta walk around it, but you don't want to get too crazy. Just want to get everything kind of even. See that? Bam. Got us another diamond. See, look. 2 different ways to do the same knot. All right, take a fid and slide it through the 2 snakes again. And then go through the middle and just keep it like that, all right? Now, let's go make the whip cracker. All right, so as I said, what I like to use for the cracker is 700-pound Kevlar thread, twisted, not braided. That's just my preference. You can go bigger, you can go smaller. I feel bigger. Sometimes it's hard to pop. So, anyway, this is 80 inches of Kevlar thread. Right? Halfway point. Alright, cut it in half. Now cut it in half one more time. Bam. 4 strands. Alright. Now we get to the end. Grab your forceps. Well, it's not too level, but whatever. Grab your forceps. Grab the other end. And just spin, baby, spin. Spin, baby, spin. You want to spin it till you start getting some little crinkles in there. You see them crinkles? Alright, now fold it in half. Now you got it like that. You want to start it off so you get a good start. You don't want no extra crinkles in it. And then twist it nice and tight, baby. Nice and tight. Okay. Now this one I'm going to have to pull out tape. Anyway, now it's straight, right? I'll measure this in a second. I go to this bump in my hand and to the fingertip, right there. And then I'll take my forceps, grab it, and then untwist this side. Okay, now you want to take one side, go around, and try to flip it twice. I guess you'll call this a hitch. 1. And then 2. Okay. Then you pull it nice and smooth. Oh yeah. Take that off. Ba-da. Alright. Now you take this in and you want to shove your forceps through the tip. Bam. Now you just make your little hitch like that. Your cracker is ready to install, so alright. So if you remember, oh yeah, I did go melt everything. I went inside the camper and got everything melted. See how I kind of like locks it in place? Okay, if you remember, this is what the cracker looked like. Now we're gonna fold this in half because we want to get our cracker on this bad boy. Alright, now tighten that up on now. Start passing this through and slide this on there when you feed. Nice and tight. Bam. Now tighten this knot as tight as you can. All right, there we go. We got us a good finishing touch, y'all. Oh shit, oh, it almost got me. You bastard. Come on, man, go ahead. All right, so it's off the, he did it again. That wasp is trying to bite me, man. Alright, as I finish the touches. When it comes to the cracker now, see with this knot and with your little slack, you can always change the cracker. But if the cracker does be bad, what I like to do is make a cracker and just go through these two and come out on this side of the ball if the cracker breaks, because it's so hard to get through that ball. But anyway, alright, trimming the cracker, I like to take about, I don't know, about an inch from the top. Yeah, I like to go about an inch right here, but you don't ever want this to suck back through. You know, that's why you need these knots as tight as possible. I'm gonna melt the tips. And the same thing with the cracker. That's why I didn't cut the cracker yet while I got the tension. I want to get it a couple inches. There it is, y'all. Finished end. One more step. Alright, y'all. We finally made it to the end. Alright. So, what I did, I used 250 paracord. And I take the guts out, because it seems like a little more flatter. It just feels better on your fingers. But also you can get 95 paracord and use the same thing. I'm gonna wait till the lawnmower passes and keep talking. Well, that's camera messed up on me. I got too hot. But anyway, what we did, this is just a regular cobra knot, y'all. I took that paracord and went on top of that one, long enough to make a little finger loop, knots on the outside. I like a 2-finger loop, you know, less blisters, you know, more spacing, but you can also make it 1-finger loop, whichever you prefer. Upside down. There it is, y'all. Then a quick recap. Hope all this can make sense. Matthew Walker, 4-strand twist, snake, 24 inches, 24 inches down. You do your snakes, 6 inches, snake, 4-strand braid straight, snake, 2-strand diamond knot, 1-strand diamond knot, and then some cobra knots. And there's all our numbers and everything, y'all. All right, y'all. Stoked to finally get that video out the way. I've been talking about it for so long, we finally did it. So there you go, DIY your own professional top of the line shaft sling. And if you don't want to make one, there's a link down below. You can buy one today. Hope you liked the scene today. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend when you do. Tell them that notification bell. Bang.